And we're going to end today with spotlight on the wisdom of our ancestors. We have been wanting to do this for the longest time, but our ancestors said it's time, because we see that people are getting comfortable with baby mama, baby mama, baby mama. Let's go and look at what baby mama has caused all over the world. Go and look at the statistics, not the Daughters of Truth said or not. Go and look at what fatherless homes are doing to people's lives. Go and see, go and check. My son came home one day. We live in a good area. His African-American brothers live in the same area. They are doing well with their single mother. But he came home one day and he told me, Mommy, they are all angry. I said, why are they angry? He said, none of them is engaged with their fathers. And that broke my heart. So that even when you put them in an affluent neighborhood, even when you buy them the car of their dream, even when you put them in a top university, they need the presence of their other parent. And you cannot deny them that. Because I know they are paid agents. They're everywhere. That's why here, the same thing Flavor and his cohorts are doing back home. That's what rappers are doing here. Apple will pay them billions to sing about shooting other African-American boys. Apple will pay them billions for singing and calling their women's all manner of name and demeaning them. Apple will pay girls to think that the only thing that girls can bring on the table is their vagina. Apple will do it all because they know it's destroying the Black community. You won't see Indians in that mess. You won't see Chinese in that mess. You won't see the Cambodia in that mess. Their protege children are people like Flavor, Davito, or whatever, and all these people. They are agents. They are agents. We cannot allow them to use their lifestyle and their music to destroy our values. There's a reason why God put those values in our lives. They serve a purpose. And the purpose is for us to have good life so that we can pass it on to our children. We've said it over and over again. Anything, if not for anything today, anything the colonial monsters brought to your land, whether it's religion, entertainment, education, anything at all, even water, because they can put things to cause dysentery. Go and check it. Go and check. There's something in there for you, for them, and there's something there to destroy you. There's always something in there for their own benefit, and there's something to destroy you. Go and check. Begin with your education. Begin with your religion. Begin with your entertainment. We must get it right. My sister, please go ahead.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Talking about feedback from our children, my son one day is like, Mom, thank you so much. You made our life not complicated. We have our friends in their family. There may be 5 last names, 7 last names, and it's so confusing. So it takes discipline. Thank you so much, Mom. So our children are speaking. All this anxiety, ADHD, everything going on everywhere is affecting our children. And that's why we're bringing this topic today, like my sister said, to find out how our ancestors did it. We call it wisdom of our ancestors. Which one is better? Is it this thing you're doing now, or which one? Baby mama is a strange culture to Ndi Gboo, ancient people, Igbo nation. Our people did not know to call that. That's why the word like bastard does not exist in our culture, in our lexicon. No. It's a strange practice. In our land, when an Igbo man, Ndi Gboo, sorry, for those that don't understand Igbo, we'll be asking about, because we have Igbo women. So we are bringing this from our own. You go in your own culture, there must be something that you were doing. But we know that this thing called baby mama is strange to our culture.
Very
close to it. In our culture, when an Igbo man, Nwoke Ndi Gboo, loves an Igbo girl, Ada Ndi Gboo, he must respect her father. Respect her father, his fellow man, other males in her family, and her people by going with his own father, his people, and palm wine to make his intentions known as an Odegu that he is. By the way, Odegu in Igbo culture does not have to do with being billionaire or trillionaire or all those nonsense people are talking about. It's about being a responsible Igbo son. Okpala, nwoke Ndi Gboo that he is. He will do things the right way. That's what makes him an Odegwu. As an Odegwu, he cannot be doing hide and seek game, corner love. No, not Igbo men. They don't have time for that. They don't do that. They're too proud to be caught sneaking around. You know, they're usually huge, handsome looking. So their look, the way they look and the way they carry themselves, it matters to them. So they will not want to be insulted because they have a feeling for a lady. They will do things the proper way. He wants his people to know that he's an Odegwu and that he's from a responsible family. So he must do things the right way, respecting himself, his family, and others. And that is the worldview of Ndi Gboo. The family of Ndi Gboo, we then tell him and his people what they need to do before he is permitted to have any intimate relationship with their daughter.
And there's a very big reason behind that.
There is. In Igbo culture, if a man does not visit or pay the bride price of a woman, he is not recognized as the father of her child. You could do that, do the right thing, and maybe after divorce, but you must do that first. If you don't marry an Igbo woman, her child is not yours. You cannot. Because she's not an apple fruit that is falling somewhere and it doesn't belong anywhere. She belongs somewhere. And you must respect her family. Not just respecting her, but respecting her family. The fatherhood in Igbo culture comes with responsibility. DNA or no DNA. My people do not care. The Asian people do not care about DNA. And today, we don't care so much about it. It's okay for you to go and do it, to be sure, to be whatever, but there is a culture that supersedes whatever result you're going to get. That Omona and Omada will resolve whatever case with that culture, based on that culture, because there's a reason why those things are put in place. So if you cannot own up and be responsible as a man, then you cannot be anybody's father. If you want, wear 7 trousers. Ndi Gboo believe that a responsible foster father who is ready to accept and care for a child is a better father than an irresponsible and absent biological father. We call those people akariogere, ofeke. So if a man refuses to follow these steps, he is not only seen as disrespecting and dishonoring himself, but he is also disrespecting and dishonoring his father, his family, the culture and tradition of the great Ndi Gboo Igbo nation. The Igbo lady in question, the Ndi Gboo, her father, all the males in her family and her people, is that deep. And so there will be consequences. Yes. In Igbo culture, every action has consequences. And there's always remedy if you do the right thing. So if she gets pregnant, the child cannot be his. In fact, the child could be given to another man who is more responsible and willing to marry the lady and care for her and her child. If such does not happen, by default, the child belongs to the lady's family. The father of the woman protects that child, fathers that child, provides everything that child needs. We have examples. So as Igbo lady, we are not looking like, hey, you must marry us. That's not what this is all about. It's about doing things the right way for the sake of the children, the next generation. So the man who is ready to provide the needed love, care, stability, and support to both the woman and the child is the Odegwu in this case. We call it Omugo, postnatal care. Because when a woman gives birth in our culture, 3 months, she'll be taken care of so that she can breastfeed that child and will be sure of a next generation that is strong and solid. We don't play with it. Childbirth is not what we play with. Right from the time the woman is pregnant, she gives birth, the 3 months after, everything, all that, it's not a joke. We prepare for it. Because the welfare and stability, of course, the mental health of an Igbo child, Ndi Gboo, is paramount and of utmost importance. I want you to note that all this we have said, he stands, even if the man is not from our people. It will stand. So if you go around up and down, except the family, they don't want to enforce what they want to enforce. But this is what it is. In the culture of Ndi Gboo, men and women are respected. Each has his own lane to travel on. Roles are made clear and well respected. Elegance is celebrated both for male and for female. Hard work is rewarded. Things have the proper way they are done. It's called Omenani. Omenani Ndi Gboo. The one you will do, they will say, is this Ome or is it Omeneni? So Omenani Ndi Gboo, in our land, in our ancestral land, you will respect our land. You will do things the proper way. Therefore, the culture or practice of baby mama is a show of men being insecure, being afraid of failing to commit, is a mark of irresponsibility, lack of proper upbringing. You see, fear and cowardice is strange to Igbo men, the Odegbus. They don't want you, like, they don't want anything to make somebody think that they're afraid or they're coward. No. They stand by what they believe in. Igbo men are raised to be hardworking, confident, and ready to do things their age grade members can do. Because it is a shame when a man fails on this thing. So, someone in his family, if he tries it, the shame is not only to the man, it's to the entire family. So somebody in his family might have to step in and guide him properly. So, because they need to avert the shame he's about to bring to the family. Not only to himself, to the entire family. So they don't want it. So the practice of littering children all over, like he goats, is an abomination in the culture of Ndi Gboo. Sperm donor, he donates here, he donates here, he donates here. Very responsible. It shows carelessness, lack of discipline, lack of self-control, lack of shame. A serious character flaw that needs urgent attention and intervention from the man's family. Otherwise, the family of the ladies in question will have to step in because you can't disgrace their daughters and they will let you go. In those days, you might even be beaten up. Yeah, for disrespecting their sister and their daughter. And we told you that most of our culture, it's in line with even the culture that people practice in Bible. If you go to Genesis 34, 26, 27, Diana's brother, they wiped entire community because one son of theirs disrespected their sister. Ndi Gboo protect their daughters so much that they could go to war if they feel that their daughter has been violated. An entire community may ban another community that from it, they don't want to interact with you again. Why? Because if they feel that you mistreated or maltreated their daughter. the Ada Ndi Gboo. Hey, what behind you? Ada Igbo. It's not a joke. Igbo men, nwoke Ndi Gboo or ụmụ nwoke Ndi Gboo are very territorial. No responsible Ndi Gboo family will allow another male to step into their territory, to treat their women anyhow. It's not done. It is a shame to them and a sign of weakness. They do not tolerate such. In present day, such men who are going up and down, doing baby mama and baby mama, maybe that, there's a suggestion for them. They need professional therapists. Because in our Asian culture, they have the way they do things and make you do the right thing. Here that we are now trying to do westernization, that we don't even know what we are westernizing. There is professional help for you. Because they might be dealing with some past traumas. They need to be taught how to say no, or how to set boundaries and respect boundaries for the sake of the psychological health of our children and future generation. No sane society will allow a man to father 12 babies by 12 women that he's not married to. This is a disaster waiting to happen. 12 children with psychological problems, mental illness, like abandonment issues. No sane society will allow that. Because these children had no father figure in the home to help show them, model to them how life can be lived. You see, when a child comes, the child is crying, his anxiety, he just left the womb, thrown out in this outside. So the child is like, oh my God, what's going on? The child needs a stable home to thrive. If that is not there, psychological problems will arise. And you know what? The father is supposed to be there to help these children build confidence, how to respect women. If we don't do this, this could be 12 broken homes tomorrow. Because Ndara, we have just given birth to 12 Ndara. A cycle of brokenness because somebody wants to be irresponsible and cannot zip up. Adding to our already complicated societal issues. We cannot afford this, like my sister said. Children need and deserve stable families, not toxic ones. They can't thrive in such environments. They are very fragile, mentally, psychologically. They need like a good level of stability. We cannot accept dysfunctionality as a norm. Our women even deserve better. Women and for you see, like this madness, you see women, they are okay with their husbands flirting around, fathering children everywhere. So far, he does not marry them as second wife. Unofficial polygamy, dishonesty from religion. Which one is better? You don't even know your partners. You don't even know your They bring HIV, syphilis, all sorts of gonorrhea, a lot of it because everything, no control, everywhere. We want to state it here. Monogamy and polygamy are both Igbo culture, both culture of Ndi Gboo. You just have to do things right, in an organized way and properly. No corner love in our culture. For the sake of our children, for the sake of our families and communities. Single parenthood, sorry ladies, single parenthood is not God's ideal for our children. Please, I beg you, as much as possible, every child needs the support of both responsible male and female. Use discretion to do everything you're doing as an adult, because actions have consequences. Think about the child that you love so much. Women, our fellow women, why do you choose to have a child or children with irresponsible men? Why?
So they can cry to God and sabotage him.
Don't you think you deserve more? Don't you think your children deserve more? They need the physical presence of a father that will give them love, attention, beyond money and material things. All these social media fathers, you know what a child needs. Once in 6 months, you pick the child and take picture. Yeah, this is my baby girl from my baby mama. Baby mama number 1, baby number 2, baby number 3. What is this madness for? If your parents took you through that type of madness, will you be a human being today? How wicked. Please, Ndi Igbo, Ndi Gboo, please do not downgrade yourself. You are valued way more. Do not downgrade yourself. Do not be in a hurry to give out your heart to those who do not deserve it. Wait for real men that will be man enough to be available for you and your children. Emotional abuse is worse than physical abuse. Don't expose yourself to it. Protect yourself. Stop giving up your power and love to weapons fashioned against you and your destiny. My first daughter, my Ada, said that some women marry weapons fashioned against them.
Okay.
You just go because you are careless. You're not careful. You just go and carry weapon the enemy has fashioned against you. Say, I'm in love with him. I fell in love. He will completely destroy you and everything. But you are the one that gave that power to him. You allowed that to happen. You open your eyes, koro. Not that I'm being judgmental. I'm just saying let's be more careful. It's possible to be careful. Don't allow anybody to pressure you. Don't be on pressure. I must marry. Chere, break. Even animals, snakes, birds, they're very careful about who father their children.
Yes.
Don't talk of we as human beings. We're intelligent women. Take a stand to defend yourself and your next generation. Protect and guide your heart jealously. It is possible. Ndi Gboo, our Degus, please, we need your support to achieve this. Like Ndi Gboo, the ancient people, the stock you're made of. Please protect our women and children from strangers and our enemies. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just one last information before we go. I wanted to share this data with you guys about what happened, the consequences of fatherless home. This is not a joke. So these are the from people that have tested and see, how they have tested and they see that children who live absent from their biological fathers are on average at least 2 to 3 times more likely to be poor, use drugs, experience educational, health, emotional, and behavioral problems, to be victims of child abuse, and to engage in criminal behaviors. That's why before, when we were Ndi Gboo doing what we're supposed to do, we don't have anxiety, Alzheimer, depression, all these things, because every child, even if your parents are poor, we know for sure that they care for you. So please don't join Flavor, because that's them. They are agents. They are agents, the same agents like rappers. See them as rappers say in America. They use them to destroy African American communities, paying them millions.
Yes.
To the point that even during an election, instead of finding scholars, American scholars, they will invite Umwanyukukunda America that don't know how to write their names. Some of them were prostitutes before they started singing. Now they are our speaker. They are the one that will tell us to go and vote or die. My dear, it is strategic. Also from also my church how, my religion how, my fashion how. The other day our sister Yakwana Dapiana who name movie din that ugly girl. Where are your African fashion designers? Let's brainwash. Stop one of the brainwash. That we want. onweghị ihe ha nwere anya ga-emeli ifu ma ịchọ. So m na-agwa unu ya n'Igbo, unu achọzụla ihe ndị ebe a chọrọ, nwee ihe nọ n'ime ya, ihe niile wuruwuru. Until brothers and sisters, until next week, continue to share this information. Thank you, those that are going door to door, waking our people up. We appreciate you. The work is offline. Remain safe until next week. Bye-bye.